Yo, what's up YouTube? It's OG, and today we are going to be doing a video on Showdown. So, in one of my recent videos, it was keeping it 1K with Colt. I did upload a clip of me playing Showdown. I ended up getting first, but I did team in the match. And that caused a lot of debate and some controversy in my comment section. I wrote a message just trying to give my 2 cents on teaming and stuff. And, since I'm not too involved in the Showdown community or the game mode at all, pretty much, I just play it for fun sometimes. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but a lot of people got really offended by it. And, I guess I probably should have thought about that beforehand. But like I said in my comment, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't go into every game looking for a team, but if there's a situation where I know I'm going to die, or the odds are just really not in my favor, I will team, straight up. So I wanted to do a video about Showdown, and like I just said, I'm not the biggest Showdown player in the game by any means at all. I think I have 200 Showdown wins or something stupid like that. So I wanted to get the best of the best for you guys. So I actually went out and I found whoever had the most Showdown wins in the game, and it was Claudio A or Stephen Curry. Now let's take a look at his stats for a second. Alright, so I have Claudio A's, or Stephen Curry, he keeps name changing between the both of them. I have his profile up here right now. So 17.2k point best, which is really impressive. He has 12,000 3v3 wins, which is, again, really solid. And then the wow factor is definitely the 7,850 solo victories. Guys, this is insane. I know other people have around 6,000 plus, a few people, one or two, but this is insane. Almost 8,000 solo Showdown victories. That is literally 40 times what I have. And then he has around 300 duo victories, so you can see he's definitely more into the solo victories and solo Showdown. Just incredible. I remember Claudio A. He's a really good guy. I've known him for a while. There was a point where I played Showdown not really to push, just because I really enjoyed it for 3 weeks, and he would just destroy me. So, like I said, I don't think I'm suitable to do a Showdown video, so I went and asked Claudio a few questions that I think would be really beneficial to you guys in your Showdown game. And then at the end, I also asked him his thoughts about teaming, because it's obviously really controversial, so I wanted to get the best of the best point of view on teaming. Alright, so I wanted to keep it fairly simple and just get some points that could help you guys out with your Showdown game. So I did 3 things that you should do and 3 things that you shouldn't do, kind of like a do's and don'ts series, but we won't call it that because you guys don't really seem to like those that much. Claudio does speak Spanish, so I Google translated it, and I'm going to be reading it off a sheet, so excuse my eye contact while I read. But, okay, so let's start off with 3 of the most important things to do when you're playing Showdown. So for number 1, Claudio put, try to load your super as fast as possible. It is one of the most important things in this way. Having active super is essential since you only have 1 life, and that makes your rivals see you with greater respect on the map. So you definitely are more aware and cautious when you see someone with their super ready. Especially if it's a brawler like Tara or Shelly, depending who you are, you always want to be wary of that. So I can definitely agree with this point. For the number 2 tip, he has know what brawlers to play on each map. This is essential since you cannot and should not play any brawler on any map. Example, you will not play Barley in Double Trouble. So yeah, I think this goes without saying. It's like this in every game mode pretty much. Brawlers definitely have maps that they specialize at, and there's so many Showdown maps out right now. I think in rotation, there's probably around 10 Showdown maps. They keep adding them. So you definitely want to practice and figure out who plays where, the best. So I can definitely agree with this one as well. Alright, so for number 3, he says, open the boxes as fast as you can. I guess that means collect as many power points as you can pretty much, and do it as fast as you can. The power points are important, so if you want to win a fight, it's better to do it after eating as many boxes as possible. So obviously the translation's a little off, but pretty much you want to get as many power points as you can, and I don't know the exact measurement, but each power point is definitely a big boost, and it's often the decision maker in one-on-one fights, and even one-on-2 fights, or if you're taking on a team. So definitely go for those boxes. Alright, so those were Claudio's top recommendations on what you should do, so what should you not do? So for number 1 of things that you should not do while playing solo Showdown, he says, this mode requires strategy like any other mode. So one of mine is not to try to fight with the brawlers that have super activated. For example, I will not engage in a fight with a Tara with active super, much less with a Primo. This totally makes sense to me because obviously in Showdown you only get 1 life. It's not like any other mode where, you know, you could die, you just respawn in, you get 1 chance. So if you see a Tara with super, if you're gonna take her out, odds are she'll take you out too, or leave you like very vulnerable. And you know, it's free for all, so anyone can just come pick you up or pick you off after the fight. So definitely pick your battles and, you know when to engage someone. Alright, so for the number 2 things that you should not do, he says, don't give your life for a box. Now, he talked about getting as many boxes as you can earlier, but by this he means, you know, weigh the risk properly, like the risk reward. If it's gonna endanger your only life, like don't do it. So he says, if you are very sure that your enemy is weak, do not give your life for a box. Just look for a better opportunity nearby. So you definitely don't want to overcommit or put yourself in a bad position just to get 1 power up. Even though they're very important, you know, you only get 1 life, so it's better to play it cautious a lot of times. Okay, so for the final thing that you should not do, he put camp. Obviously this is really controversial too, and you know, this is straight his opinion. So he says, maybe some like it, but the idea for me is also to have fun while playing Showdown. I do not enjoy this kind of play style at all, and you know, I can 100% agree with that. Camping can be really effective, and you know, obviously a lot of people get really good results while doing it, but I don't think you should just hide in the bush the entire game. You know, Showdown is looked at as one of the modes where you're supposed to have fun instead of really focus on pushing. So sitting in a bush for 2 minutes just to pick off the last guy isn't that much fun. So, you know, I can definitely agree with this one too. He's just saying you're not going to enjoy yourself as much if you just hide in the bush for 2 minutes, which like completely makes sense to me. Alright, so we made it through the tips and what not to do. Now let's get to the really controversial question. I know you guys have all been waiting for this. And you know, a lot of you are going to disagree with this. I've already read over his answer and I completely agree with it. It's part of the game. So I asked him, Claudio, what's your opinion about teams in Showdown? So he said, for me, it is something that's 100% strategic. Each mode has its strategy and the team in Showdown mode is part of the mode's strategy. Since that way, you can ensure your cup's in your favor and not against. Apart from finishing the game faster, it does help out a lot when you're pushing trophies in Showdown. So as an example, he said, you see a team of 3. You have to know how to team up with them or just look for another team nearby, because even if you have too much power-ups, you cannot win a 3v1. So, you know, this is definitely a really strong point. If people are teaming, I don't see what's wrong with like you evening the odds, right? It's part of the game mode and Supercell's acknowledged it. They're taking steps to like deter people from doing it excessively, but it is part of the game mode ultimately, unless Supercell like straight up starts like banning people, which I think would be a little excessive. For teaming, they can do things to deter it, like they're doing the meteors and, you know, the mushrooms and power-ups spawn away from teamers, which is definitely a really good step. It makes you want to play more individual. But if people are teaming in your game, I don't see why you can't just even the score and team with some other people. So his final opinion would be, if you see a team in your game, try finding allies or another team. And if you don't see any, just play alone and show that you are capable of winning. So, you know, I 100% agree with that. One of the reasons why I never really got into Showdown is because everyone would just team. It was really bad a long time ago. In comparison, I know a lot of you are probably global players and it's gotten 100 times better. You guys like gotta take my word for that. And like any beta player will tell you, it used to be ridiculous. So for me, you know I team every now and then, but like I said, I don't go into every game just looking to team with the closest person. I judge it all situationally, and you know, I'm just gonna stop ranting, and please let me know what you guys think of this video. If you like the style, I could definitely do some more in the future. And make sure you go follow Claudio A. Stephen Curry on Twitter. I'll post his link in the description. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.